What is up with all the clocks? Hey everyone, Dana here, and today is the first Frag Dana video. For future videos, I am actually planning to answer more than just one question per video, but I have gotten this question so many times. And while I believe that I touched on it a little bit way back in my very first Q&A video, that was a pretty long time ago, and I don't think that I went into all the details about the background. So I'm gonna kick the new series off with that general, much asked question today. Why all the clocks? Is there some kind of bigger meaning here, or is it just that I like clocks? So first of all, no, it is not that I just like clocks. I mean, I do like clocks, I guess. They're great for telling time, but the background here is not about some kind of interest that I have in clocks. When I decided to start the Living Abroad series, I had in mind to talk about travel and different places and my experiences traveling and going to different places and cultures and languages. So the idea for the clocks came from the sort of stereotypical newsroom setup where you have a clock with the time in London and you have a clock with the time in New York and you have a clock with the time in Sydney. But instead of just having plain old black and white clocks that all looked the same, I wanted to have a bunch of different looking, colorful clocks. And instead of having these big cities from around the world like London and New York and Sydney, I wanted to have places that were a little bit lesser known, or even a fictional place. At the beginning, we actually had a white wall with all different clocks, and when choosing the cities or towns for those clocks, Stefan and I just sat down together and picked them out. But then about a year in, we created the blue wall, and I needed some new cities and towns to go with the new clocks. And so I asked in one of the videos back then for suggestions. So some of these names, for example, I believe Frankenmuth and maybe Nuuk came from the suggestions under that video, and some of them were, once again, ones that Stefan and I decided on. I believe that it was my dad who actually gave us the suggestion of Chicken, which is in Alaska. And this Turkey here is talking about the one in Australia, not the one in the UK. And then we have Bielefeld. This one over here is in India. One of our friends went to university there. And this one, Mos Eisley, from Star Wars, of course. Of course. This one was at some point in time a real edible pretzel. Now, however, obviously it's definitely not edible anymore, but I took the pretzel and I dried it out by heating it in the oven at a really, really low temperature over several hours, and then I glazed it with lacquer. This one I made with small pieces from magazines that I rolled up into kind of little straws, and then I rolled the straws into the circle designs. And I've also made some coasters and some placemats with that technique. This one we printed out the 12s and put them in there, so it was 12 going all around the clock. I thought that was really clever. I really like that one. Kind of spooky, right? Ooh. It's always, I want to say it's always 12 after 12, but of course it's not 12 after 12. It's always a time after, and never mind. It's kind of spooky, right? But why are the clocks not working? Why are they all turned off? Two reasons. Number one, do you know how much ticking goes on when you have 7 clocks all ticking together? No? Well, it's a lot of ticking, which was both annoying and distracting when we were filming, as well as annoying and distracting when just hanging out, because this background here is located in our kitchen. So we would have the ticking constantly going on when cooking, when eating, when just hanging out. all the time. Ticking, ticking, ticking of the clocks. I like clocks, but not that much. And number two, I don't say my entire videos all the way through in one long take. There are cuts in my videos. There was one, and there was another one. And having the clocks actually turned on and running was really distracting. Sometimes there could be a couple minutes between parts of a video, or maybe I grab something to drink, or I take a break, or whatever, and then there's a longer break, so then the clocks just flick from one time to the next in between the two cuts, and it was really jarring how the clocks kept flicking to a new time throughout the video. So that's the story behind the clocks on the wall. Plus, yeah, we also thought that if we're gonna have this little studio in our kitchen, then it should be something that we wouldn't mind looking at while we ate dinner. And yeah, I don't mind looking at it. I like it. It looks nice in the kitchen. So my question for you is, if you make videos, how did you come up with your background? And if you don't make videos, what kind of video background would you want to have if you did? And what other questions do you have for me about life, about living abroad, about making videos? Please let me know in the comments below with the hashtag #fragdana. And yes, you did notice correctly, if you noticed it at all, that is a different hashtag from what I mentioned before. And you're more than welcome to ask why down in the comments as a hashtag #fragdana question. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please think about giving a like with the like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more Wanted Adventure videos on Wednesdays and Sundays. And I would like to say thank you so much to our patrons on Patreon who help make these videos possible. Thank you so much for your support. If you would like to support our videos, you can check out our Patreon page. It is linked down in the description box below. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen. Plus, it was a lot of clock ticking. I mean,